God, you are my God. Earnestly I seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh faints for you, as in a dry and weary land. So I will bless you as long as I live, long as I live in your name. I will lift up my hands, so I will bless you as long as I live, long as I live in your name. I will lift up my hands. But the king shall rejoice in God. All who swear by him shall exult, for the mouths of liars will be stopped, as in a dry and weary land. So I will bless you as long as I live, long as I live in your name. I will lift up my hands, so I will bless you as long as I live, long as I live in your name. I will lift up my hands.
To prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you myself. And where I am, there you may be also.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sunday. Brad here.
And Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead. Let me tell you what, folks. I gotta say, the title of this video may sound cryptic at first, but there is about 5 different topics that we're actually going to talk about that all center around what's happening in the very near future.
Yep.
And let me tell you what. First thing, please be in prayer for this young lady tomorrow, because...
A young lady. No, I'm not.
No, you're not. Sorry, baby.
It's really okay.
Still love you.
I know you do.
A lot.
I know.
A lot.
I know you do.
But tomorrow...
Yes, tomorrow I am having surgery on my knee for a meniscal repair. Actually, they're going to take the cartilage out of my leg. That's what they're going to do. So.
And then what?
I don't know.
The end.
The end. No idea.
Poof.
That's what I read on the orders. I got the orders from the doctor the other day. And yeah, it said cartilage removal. It's like, oh, that sounds pleasant.
I don't know why I think of that movie with the gigantic robots that Caleb likes so much, Pacific Rim, where they have the gigantic beasts that come up out of another dimension.
Yeah.
And it's like, basically, it's like Godzilla. Think about it like that.
Yeah.
But with robots. But then they're harvesting all of the parts from these beasts and selling them like, oh, you want cartilage? Oh, here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are they going to be
Goes
selling
for millions of dollars an ounce?
They're going to be selling your cartilage
They're gonna sell
on
my
the black
cartilage.
market.
Yeah.
Do we get to keep it if we ask? Like,
ooh, in a jar and with some
formaldehyde.
Sure, I'm gonna ask. You think I'm kidding? I will ask.
And you guys thought I was the weird one.
No, I'm the weird one. Okay, so kind of tiny weird story real quick. We have 7 children, right?
That we know about.
That I have had 7 children. Anyway, so I've had 4 C-sections, and with
that she knows about.
With the third one, I said, "Can't you just put a zipper in? That would make life so much easier." And I really did ask
Ziploc.
them.
Triple ply Ziploc.
Right. Just put a Ziploc in,
Hashtag
or zip.
homeschool
Just put
mom.
Thanks, Jess.
Yeah.
Just put a zipper in. We're okay. Never mind. I'm just gonna.
I have no idea where you're
But
going.
the doctor laughed. They're like, "Yeah, no, we can't put a zipper in." But okay, Jess is saying hashtag homeschool mom.
Yeah.
We've had a cow butchered before, and I asked the butcher for the eyeballs and the heart.
Well, that was actually for
Science. It was
class.
it was for animal for biology. So.
Well, and you guys think it's bad that on Fridays during the Bible devotion channel, it's a completely separate channel than this one's called Everyday Outreach. I usually host, or I am the host, or we have a co-host named Tyler Woods, Bulletproof Pastor. He'll probably be on here any moment. But he knows exactly how to get me going on a rabbit trail, and I chase him down with whatever story it is. And it's like all of a sudden we were talking about, the first chapter, second chapter of Acts, and now all of a sudden we're talking about AI and and it's just ridiculous. But I got to say, you're pretty good at leading me down the rabbit trail
I am
path.
pretty good about the rabbit trails, yes. So we'll go back to, so tomorrow I'm having surgery to have the cartilage that is torn between my knees, between my bones taken out. In my knee, only in my knee, not the rest of the cartilage.
They just let it grind then?
I don't really want to know right now. I will, what?
I thought there was a bug on you.
Oh.
We
it's
still
possible.
have bugs in the dead of winter.
Yeah, it's entirely possible.
There are bugs that they just drop down and they'll drop into your drinks. And they smell like since Jess lives up here,
she knows.
Would you think that it's fair to say when those bugs make their stink, they smell to me like I know this is going to sound funny, but burned cigarettes. But in a wrong way, like cigarette smoke, but then it's like tarry burned. Well, and they look like cute little love
they
bugs,
look like
but
no,
they're not
love bugs, ladybugs.
Yeah.
They look like ladybugs, but they're orange. But okay, so I have a spout on my cup here, right? And if I fail to close that said spout, there will be Asian beetles inside that spout, and I have drank many of them, and they are disgusting.
They're delicious.
They're
spicy.
No, I get so irritated because it went in my mouth and bleh, it's gross.
So back to
let's back to the topic at hand.
Yeah, well, because we got a lot to talk about.
We do. Mm-hmm.
We actually have real life topics, and then we're going to open up the floor for questions. So if you have a question, Omangelo, is that the person in there? Like in the chat? Omangalo. John. Okay. Yeah, we're going to open up the floor for questions, but I don't know if you guys are aware, but 2024, this coming next few months, and by next few months I mean like 12 months, is probably the single biggest election season in recorded history of major countries. Now, there's a lot of small countries that have elections, so I'm talking about big stuff, right? The big stuff. And supposedly, it's the most change that's happening at an upper level in governmental circles for recorded history. And so the title of the video is Not Afraid About Tomorrow. I got to tell you what, guys, we're gonna get to why we have actual hope for what's coming. But I can tell you right now, there's a lot of change coming.
Sorry, I was thinking of something snarky. But yeah, there is a lot of change coming.
Oh my gracious. Okay, so I'm just reading this news from a person in the chat, and feel free to say hi in the chat. What? Steve Gunner says DeSantis just dropped out of the race and will endorse Trump. So, actually, I thought Biden dropped out and endorsed Trump, but I think he was just confused. So, no, he's like, no, I'm angry at him. Forget it. Forget I said anything at all.
Oh, my goodness.
So DeSantis drops out, right?
Oh, boy.
Okay. Well, what do you guys think then? Hey, informal poll. Informal poll.
Okay. Yep.
Whether you like Trump, hate Trump, whatever. Republican side of the ticket. Who do you think the nominee should be? Who should be the nominee?
Mm-hmm. And who should be VP?
There you go. That's what I... So you think... Glam says Vivek is a plant. I know he's a vegetarian, but I didn't think it went that far. So...
What kind of potted plant is he?
He looks kind of like a fern.
Does he?
He's got a
like
little color.
Okay.
I like it. He's got Indian descent, and that's cool.
He dropped something.
And he's ridiculously rich.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
But he's also smart. Holy smokes.
And he's young. Was he we figured out found out he's 38.
Yeah, he's less than 40.
Yeah, he's young.
Tammy says DeSantis is out. Well, okay.
No, VP.
Okay.
But I think those guys I think they would work well together if they would get their personalities in check.
One guy.
Sure. You know,
Steve says Trump Carlson, as in Tucker, the newsman. Wouldn't that be interesting, having a spoiled, born with a gold spoon in his mouth, Tucker Carlson used to be the bow tie wearing, raging liberal. He was a raging liberal on TV.
I did not know that.
And then he had a life moment, which is true. And I do believe him. I really do. I'm not saying that I don't think it's legit that he is who he says he is. Don't start throwing stuff at the TV. I think that he really has had life change. I think he really has woken up. But the point I'm making is, wow, you want to talk about that to the possibility of VP?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Haley VP?
What makes you like Haley?
I don't think so.
I mean, just because she's a chick? Because she is an absolute war hawk.
She wants war. I think she's a turncoat.
Do say.
Not 4 years ago, she was praising Bill Gates for getting the vaccine taken care of so quickly.
That's true. We can't forget the past.
Yeah, you cannot. No. No.
Michigan Daffodil says, gonna be DeSantis, I think. Will surely be in the cabinet. By the way, guys, these are all just opinions, because until it happens, it's just an opinion. And you know the thing about opinions, don't give up my joke, Mom.
I won't.
Ready?
Go ahead. Sure,
the thing about opinions is they're like booties. And I mean the one you sit on. They're like booties. Because everybody stinks except your own. Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, you are.
So let's just say that if your blood pressure is going up because even the mention of Trump is going on, you might want to get over that, because it looks like that's pretty much the reality.
Now, this is an interesting comment. Twisted Pony says that Nikki said Hillary was one of her mentors.
True, and did.
Oof.
Most certainly did. That scares me.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
That
people.
Me.
Okay, time out though. People can change.
True.
But her saying, praising Bill Gates in the not too distant past.
It's like politician stuff, man.
Can't really change that quickly, I'm thinking.
Politician stuff. So if you had to pick because nobody has suggested the pick that I thought would actually work. Nobody has.
I thought somebody had.
Well, what would you think would be, okay, what would be a good solid ticket that would be able to unite the country? Let's try that. What do you think? What would be a pick?
Negative Nelly here. I don't know if there is a way to come back to that.
Ooh, interesting. Trump and Carrie Lake.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of people, or Tulsi.
See, Tulsi was a Marine, so she's got my vote there.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm not so sure about her ability to manhandle a lot of the politician stuff and the backstabbing stuff and still remain unscathed.
Yeah.
Not that she's got skeletons in her closet, because I really don't think so. I think that she's just, I mean, to be a Marine, it takes some stuff, man. And
Well, then I would think that she would be able to handle the backstabbing.
yeah, but
nonsense.
have you seen, okay, DeSantis is an excellent leader when it
He's
comes
an excellent
to
governor.
Does anybody remember what happened with the whole Cova and he led and it was great for Florida?
Well, and then the recovery after the hurricane that hit.
For Floridians,
Yeah.
he did a great job.
Yeah.
You can't argue that.
Right.
Numbers are numbers.
Right.
But then nobody has suggested, I don't think, Trump Vivek.
Yeah, no, there was one or two people that had done that very in the beginning.
Steve says DeSantis is not strong enough. I mean, Trump Glenn Beck. Oh my gracious.
Trump Brad you.
Trump me.
Yeah.
I don't want that job.
No. I don't want that job.
No,
No.
When you're
no.
VP, all you are is a target with actually no good side. There's no outcome that works out.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of the dropping out there's some backroom deals going on. You know,
there always are.
Vivek dropped out the next day after
Yeah.
the Iowa caucus.
Well, he knew.
And then
Numbers don't lie.
DeSantis, yeah, no, numbers don't lie. I don't even remember what his numbers were.
Numbers don't lie, and he
Were
was
they
never going to
lower?
make it. Yeah.
Were they lower than DeSantis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but there still could be backroom deals.
Twisted Ponies is absolutely correct, and I want to make sure that we do say that. The state legislature in
Yeah.
Florida definitely
Yes.
made DeSantis look like more of a rock star than he
Yeah.
would have on his own.
True.
Let's say it that way.
True. It takes a whole team of people to actually run. You know, it's not just on the shoulders of one person.
So, going back to the beginning of the topic here, I want to say that while this is very exciting and interesting to watch and to see and unfold and to ponder what's going to happen, let me tell you what, and lean in for those of you guys who are most certainly Trump can do no wrong, Trump. And I'm telling you, I'll probably end up voting for the guy because I do think he'll do a great job for the country.
He did the last time.
I do. However, no politician will ever be the solution to spiritual problems. And our country is on a downward spiral, and the toilet's been flushed because we have so many spiritual problems. And let me tell you what, folks, here's the truth. God's the only answer. Period. End of story. Exclamation point. Jesus is the only way out of this. And unless our elected officials truly submit to God, there is no way a human being who is riddled with sin, like you and me and everybody else, is going to get us out of the soup we're in. Right. They're not going to do it. Just wouldn't be prudent. Not at this juncture or never. Because here's the thing, guys. They have motives just like you have motives. They have motives like I do. And sometimes people are motivated by things that they shouldn't be.
Right.
And let me tell you what. Whether you like Biden or you like Trump or you like this or you like that, I mean, I do think we should be interested and even engaged if we can, to whatever extent we can, in the election process. I'm here to tell you, humans are not going to be the answer.
No, not at all. And what's frustrating is these, 6, 7 people, those are the best we got?
Oh, you mean, yeah, so...
When it comes to elections,
Your picks.
your picks for the Republican presidential candidate, it's 6 or 7? I don't even know how many. I lost count. I don't even keep track. That's all we got? That's the best we got? No, that's the best we got with the money that they got. It's like, if they didn't make it so ridiculously expensive, well, not they. If it wasn't so ridiculously expensive to campaign, we would probably have more people who had better abilities, who were better candidates.
Steve Gunner says, God uses people where they are to do his plan.
Yep.
I, for one, think God can and has used Donald J. Trump. Well, I would agree with you there, Steve, but I need to add a big, humongous, glaring caveat. I agree with you that God can and use everybody. Mm-hmm. The thing is, just because DJT was in office, does that mean God was using him? Well, of course. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't change the fact that if somebody else was there, he wouldn't have used them for good or to balance things out. Yeah. I guess my reality in my head is that if we put our faith and trust in anybody that is a human to fix things, to make them seem like they're going to be godly and righteous, setting yourself up for failure, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Setting yourself up for failure.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hey, Suze says, when you can only choose the lesser of two evils, you can't choose someone good. Yeah, that's a great point.
True.
You know what? And that's a funny thing. I just thought, I'm going to paraphrase it, what you've just said. When you choose between the lesser of two evils, you're still choosing evil.
Yeah, exactly. But those are the only choices that have been presented before us as a nation to vote for.
And how do they get there?
Money. That's how they get there. So
But-
that's the most frustrating thing for me. You know, it's like, these are the only ones we got? Come on.
But it's never been different in the history of the world.
No.
The people that are on the top make it so that they stay on the top. And the people... like lords and ladies, medieval times, before them, kings, rulers, princes. Think about how it works. It's no different. America was like this blip, and I'm hoping it's not done. I mean that. But it was this blip of, no, we're not going to do things the way that they've always been done. And, you know, it pushed back a lot of people and had absolutely 100% punched the system straight in the nose and said, no, thank you. And that's what they're trying so hard to claw back to get. That's what we're trying to get.
Yeah.
Tammy says, we need a godly man with a backbone. Tammy, here's the problem. How many tens of thousands of people work for and with that godly man? And if any of them decides they don't want to participate, it throws a monkey wrench in all of it.
Yep. Yeah.
Have you ever been to Washington, D.C. in terms of like not just at the mall where, and by the mall, I don't mean the shopping mall. I mean like the mall where you've got, the Smithsonian and all that. The people that work there, you want to talk about Sodom and Gomorrah, folks.
I can only imagine. I've never been.
Whoa.
I've never been.
And those are the people that got to keep that man, his duty moving forward. They're the people.
Yeah. I like who Wyoming Homesteader has chosen to be president and vice president. Rocky and Bullwinkle, 2024.
Probably do a better job.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
And you know what? Here, guys, we're only talking about opinion.
Oh, sure. Totally opinion.
It's just opinion. Yeah. And I know what I was going to say. the reason why I'm not worried about tomorrow, because none of this is going to change the overall plan that God has.
Nope.
None of it.
No.
All of this has been mapped out. God has it. I'm not worried. If it's Biden again, you know what? God's got a plan for that. Mm-hmm. If it's Trump again, God's got a plan for that. Let's just say China does what China does. God's got a plan for that too.
Right.
And I don't need to have anxiety about it. I just need to put my faith and trust in him and do my due diligence to study the candidates and vote best you can, and then call it.
Yep. Yeah. So we started out this conversation with, this is the biggest election year in history.
For big countries.
For big countries.
For big countries.
Because it's not just the United States, it's other countries that are having major elections.
And a lot of them are waiting to see what happens with the United States election.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oof. Well, are there elections after?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I don't pay attention to too much world news. But trust and get busy. Yes.
Yeah, no kidding there. So let's ask. Okay, here's a question for you guys, because I'm interested, because I have been in the news. I've been studying and watching the WEF lately, the World Economic Forum. Our friend Klaus Schwab and all of the Bill Gateses of the world and all of the people that think that they can run your life better than you can. And they've made plans for you to have nothing where they have everything. So what do you guys think are the top issues of this election? What are the things you think are the important things moving forward? Go ahead and name it, because I've already said the Trump word. I've already said all the bad words with WDEF. I'm talking like in terms of YouTube.
Make it a good one. Let's go.
So because YouTube's going to flag it and then it won't be pushed out. And you watch tomorrow, there will only be like 1,000 views of this video instead of like 5,000. And it's because I said the Trump word or WEF.
Yeah.
So what do you think are the big issues for you specifically? What do you think? Is it like vax? Is it X coming up? Is it immigration? Is it war with China? Potential stuff in the Middle East? What do you guys think? What are people saying?
Inflation, immigration, and the debt.
Inflation is the big one.
Inflation, yeah. That is a big one. I mean, it's really hard to buy groceries.
I have and cost of living, and I think I understand why.
Yeah. Immigration, freedom on so many levels, cost of living, all of it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what...
Let's see, nobody else?
Nope. Not seeing anyone
Howdy,
else.
homies. Hello, homie.
Hello, Palmetto paratrooper.
Stop invaders, immigration, inflation.
That I think is okay. In my humble opinion, inflation and immigration. The immigration. Inflation is, yes, and abortion, definitely.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
There's some numbers that were heartbreaking this past year. I don't know if you guys have seen those numbers on abortion.
Oh yeah.
But the issue with immigration is it's becoming very overwhelmingly young men
coming across the
by
board.
themselves, coming across the borders and going into
young men of fighting age,
larger cities. Yeah. So what's really going on here?
Well, here's the thing. There's no question that one side of the political spectrum stands to gain a lot more than another side of the political spectrum by keeping the borders open. Why are they breaking the law by
Right.
leaving them open?
Right.
It's laws that are already on the books. It's not confusing. It's not like, well, maybe we should. No. It's not that. It's that there are laws on the books. They're not being enforced. And anytime a state says, we're done with this, we don't want you to let these people keep coming through, and the state takes their own initiative and their own money, I might add, to go ahead and do something that federal government is supposed to do, then there's legal stuff. They fight each other legally. The federal government will sue a state so that they can keep the border open illegally. Do you guys...
It's
Is
just-
anybody even... Is this Looney Town?
Yeah. Yeah. The inmates are running the asylum. Yeah, that's
Ain't
funny.
that the truth?
Yeah. Yeah, Tammy, I get it. They want them to vote for Democrats. We're seeing in the news more and more violence that is occurring
How about
in these
fentanyl?
more fentanyl that's coming over the borders into these larger cities. And they're not families that are coming. They're single,
For the most part.
younger men. For the most part, yes, for the most part. And it stinks to high heaven.
Planned.
It is a plan, yes. There is some bigger plan that we don't know about, and they're not, of course, going to tell us.
Well, part of the thing is this, is that if it was not planned, they would simply enforce the law.
Right. Like Texas is enforcing the law.
They're trying to enforce the
Yes.
law, and when they enforce the law, they get sued for enforcing the law.
Yeah. Goodness.
So, anyway, ladies and gents, going back though, I gotta say, I gotta calm down a little bit, check my pulse.
I know.
Because here's the reality: is that you can only do so much with your day, your finances, your gift set, however much time you have. And the reality is, guess what? God's still in control. And we need to take a deep breath and do what we can, how we can, with what we can, and protect your family, get to know your neighbors. We need to build community like you have not ever
No idea.
considered before. Because, you know what? If things were to start to unravel, then guess what? You're going to want to know the people around you, and you're going to want to be friends. Even if you don't agree with everybody who has that Trump sign or that Biden sign.
Okay, so just because you may not, agree on political views, there's one thing that you will probably agree on, that you don't want folks invading your area, your neighborhood, in your homes. I think that's a common...
With, violent intent.
Right. I think that would be a common goal to focus on.
Yeah.
But
So, not afraid about tomorrow. I got to be honest. I am concerned
I'm mad.
about tomorrow. My eyebrow is firmly in the upright and locked position.
I
This
think mine
one.
normally stays that greased like that.
It's my wrinkles are pushing it up. It's like it's a reaction. But I'm not scared. I ain't scared.
I'm scared.
Because why? Well, I know the outcome. I know what God has in store. And even if he takes this body and says, you're coming home and this body's staying here and that's that, well, I'm going to do my best not to make that happen. But if he does, it's his choice.
Yep.
And so if you trust and you've received God into your life, if you've received Christ, there's nothing to be afraid about at all. Zero. Should I be concerned with whether or not there are going to be people coming around with ill intent? Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
So, but back to the very, very beginning. Tomorrow, you're going under the knife.
Yeah.
Fork and knife.
Actually, it's endoscopically, so it's just
Sounds
just a
terrible.
little incision, and then they shove something in my knee.
Can't they just fill
Look
it up
around.
with like great stuff?
No, they're gonna fill it up with fluid to be able to fix it.
And why can't they leave that in there?
The fluid?
Yeah.
I don't want the fluid left in my knee. My knee will be like this.
Great stuff.
No.
Why can't they make like
Can they? I wonder.
the goop that they put in your mouth to take mouth impressions?
Ooh.
Put it in there.
No, because that actually, Grace just had that done. And actually what they said, they have to wrap it up in a wet paper towel because if it dries out, it will shrink. So I thought that was interesting. So of course it's in my body, so it probably won't shrink. But no, but what they need to do is they need to put a little tiny port in there, and I need to do is open it up and spray some WD-40 in there every once in a while.
Yeah.
You know, then it will
You'd
keep
be
it
like
all.
the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
If I only had a heart.
the Tin Man had a heart. Yes,
He
that's right.
know- yeah.
Scarecrow did not have a brain. I should
man.
know this. I should know this.
So, ladies and gents, buckle up, kids, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. But we know how the story ends, and there's no reason and no need for scared. There's no reason for fear. There's just, I mean, should we be paying attention? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I think if you have the means to, maybe have a few extra meals on hand in your house, I think you should.
A few extra seeds. Actually, they put the seeds out at Walmart today.
Did they really?
Well, I don't know if they did it today, probably yesterday or the day before, but big racks of vegetable and
Oh my
fruit
gosh.
seeds. I bought a packet of seeds today.
That's actually hilarious because I have plowed snow one time this year. And we are in central Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Once.
It's January 21st.
What about you guys?
Taking
How's
seeds out
your
already.
weather been? Tammy, I know she's in Alabama. How's your weather been? Anyway, ladies and gents, we're going to get back to doing evening stuff. But before we go, we do have some news about our daughter Grace.
Yes.
However, we're going to save that for another day.
Yes.
Just know that things looked like they were going down very fast.
Drastically.
But then they came back up.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, eyes crossed, knees crossed, legs crossed.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kathia. She's from France.
I know she's from France. I found out some interesting things about my family today. It was really cool. So,
Yeah.
that's another day.
There you go.
Yeah. Thank
So-
you, Jess. I will.
Hang in there, folks. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Yep. You guys
That's
have
it.
a blessed and amazing day.
All right. Enjoy your evening. See ya.
Bye.
Oh Lord, in your strength the King rejoices, and in your salvation how greatly He exalts. You have given him his heart's desire, and have not withheld the request of his lips. For you meet him with rich blessings. You set a crown of fine gold upon his head. He asked life of you, you Splendor and majesty you bestow on him, for you make him most blessed forever. You make him glad with the joy of your presence.